Indeed, Flo, ANC President Cyril Ramphosa is actually walking into the Matongo family home. You've just seen visuals there of him being received by the Provincial Secretary of the ANC in Gauteng, Mr. Jacob Kawe, as well as being flanked by the ANC National Spokesperson, Mr. Pule Mabe. We saw there the Regional Treasurer, Mr. Mpomeria, and also welcoming him. I can't see that far, but I can see visuals of the Regional Secretary, Mr. Dada Morero, also welcoming the president there. And of course, as soon as he's done conveying his condolences to the Matongo family, he will be addressing members of the media outside. But of course, quite a number of ANC members outside here also showing a support for the Matongo family. We've got the ANC Women's League as well, also singing songs here outside the Matongo family home, as well as many supporters, many of his friends, many of those who actually worked with him, the various MMCs. We saw there Umam Matsirise Mfikwe also being here. We also saw the speaker Umam Nongleba as well, who have been here day in, day out since the passing of Mayor Matongo. And of course, Flo, as we spoke minutes ago, I indicated that a number of people have been sending their condolences. I mean, this is not only a loss to his political home, the ANC, but Johannesburg residents as well. And I think it comes as a shock because, I mean, the mayor had actually served approximately 1 month and 9 days in this position until he was met by his untimely death, Flo. And of course, there you can see ANC members, ANC Women's League members, just singing there, paying homage to a man that was affectionately known as a jolly good fellow, a person who worked hard, Flo, but also had fun moments, as they put it, a person who served throughout the ranks of the ANC from a very young age, Flo. And just speaking to my colleagues on Tuesday, we heard the Treasurer General of the ANC, Mr. Paul Mashatile, Flo, just basically saying that his loss, the passing of Matongo, is a loss not only to his political home, but of course to the residents of Johannesburg, and saying that Mayor Matongo, the late Mayor Matongo, had so much to offer, the residents of Johannesburg. I mean, throughout that Saturday, Flo, he was busy campaigning with the president of the country and, of course, the Gauteng provincial leader of the ANC, Mr. David Makura. And unfortunately, the news of his passing coming in there late in the hours of the evening, saying that, Mayor Matongo was no more. Of course, we saw our colleague Samgele Masego covering that, and of course going to the scene of, the tragic accident. Let me just try bring in Mama here. Mama, how are you?
Finally.
So I see you also came to pay your last respects to the late Mayor Jolidee Matongo. How will you remember him?
I will remember him when it was the MEC for the ANC. So I was waiting for everything for service delivery when they appoint him as a mayor. So unfortunately, here comes the death. I'm so cross.
Let me just try bring in some other people. Mama, or whatever. Hi, how are you? Did you just mind telling us what you remember about the late Mayor Matongo?
Comrade Jolidee Matongo was a very, very intellect person. Ebethanda ukufunda Comrade Jolidee. Zokhumbula ispirit sakhe. I still remember one day ngingenamali ngisuka region. He took the money from his own pocket wangipha yona for lunch and ngikwazi ukuthi ngibuyele ewadini yami Ward 53. So that spirit, ispirit sobuntu unaso usiphethe and into esizoyikhumbula ngayo. Long live the spirit of Comrade Jolidee Matongo, long live.
Well, Flo, we've heard there a young man from the ANC Youth League saying that he'll remember the late Mayor Matongo for the spirit of Ubuntu that he had. Let's just try rope in some of the neighbors who probably want to speak to us. Hi, how are you? Do you mind speaking to us, please? So, I mean, you're clearly a neighbor of...
immediate neighbor, yes.
Yes, the late Mayor Matongo. I mean, how are you feeling right now? He's no more.
Shocking, he was a wonderful neighbor and a good friend, So we are grieving just like everyone else.
Can you share perhaps the fond memories that you have of the late Mayor Matongo?
His behavior was already gentlemanly. He always behaved like a gentleman. He didn't speak to you as if he knows you every day. He always spoke to you with that respect and reverence, So we're still in a shock with him. Because I spoke to him last week, Saturday, he and his wife. And because
before you went campaigning?
Not this Saturday, the previous Saturday I spoke to him, I greeted him. And obviously because of the campaigning now, he was very busy, so you couldn't really get access to him. You could hardly see him. But every morning, every day we should see him, greet and... Yes.
Thank you so much for your time, sir. Well, Flo, those are also the late Mayor Matongo's, neighbor, saying that, of course, he was a humble man, always would interact with him on a daily basis. And the last time I actually spoke to him was 2 weeks ago on a Saturday. Of course, that was the last time he spoke to him. Well, Flo, we'll just continue bringing you some of the live action and the reactions here. We're just currently waiting for the ANC President to address members of the media here outside the Matongo family home in Lenasia South. With that said, I'll just leave it here and cross back to you in studio.
All right, thanks very much to you, Natasha Piri, for us in Lenasia South. We'll certainly be continuing then with rolling coverage then coming from Lenasia South, although we're closing this show now, but we'll continue with that certainly on the full view. Of course, the late mayor will be laid to rest tomorrow. You would have known that the city of Johannesburg honored him yesterday on Wednesday, honoring the executive mayor with a wreath-laying ceremony near the site of the crash which claimed his life at the weekend.